All right. Shalom. Before I start, let me give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakurash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim, Wakwathium, learning, teaching, in truth and sincerity. This is going to be another video through the Spirit. All right, I'm going to have pictures up throughout this video with something that I know a lot of y'all are probably going to be unfamiliar with. All right, it's basically a potion from this video game that I used to play, one of my favorite video game series, Bioshock, and there was a specific ability that you could get called Return to Sender. All right, and you'll see why why I got this up. Earlier today, which is February 5th, it's a Wednesday, 2020. The elder Malcolm, let me double check, out there from Chicago, he did the video. Let me double check, because he may have uploaded it yesterday, but I just watched it today. Okay, yeah, he did the video yesterday, but I just happened to watch it today, this morning while I was at work. All right, called "False Accusers Shall Be Put to Death." And matter of fact, I'm gonna put the link in the description. Y'all go subscribe to the elder. He does real good videos. So basically, he was going into the subject of how in the book, in the Apocrypha, known as the Susanna, you had those two wicked niggas that lied on Susanna and was about to put her to death because they wanted to lay down and have adultery and commit adultery with her. They wanted to do a threesome, which is wicked. All right, let alone force her to step outside of her husband. And in there, matter of fact, let me start with that scripture first. In verse, I believe it was 62, it says this. All right, Susanna 1 and 62. It says, I'm going to start at verse 61. And they arose against the two elders, for Daniel had convicted them of false witness by their own mouth. So those two wicked niggas that was about to have her killed, they lied and said she was committing adultery when she had refused to sleep with them. She screamed for her help to come because they had snuck into her garden, and she declined their offer. So they was like, okay, well, we're going to lie and put you to death. So verse 62 now. And Daniel, he was the man who figured it out. The Lord put the spirit on him, and he was like, he helped everyone to understand that they were wicked niggas and were lying on her. Verse 62, and according to the law of Moses, they did unto them in such sort as they maliciously intended to do to their neighbor, and they put them to death. Thus the innocent blood was saved the same day. And now, so guess what I just happened to read today? So keep in mind, I just, that was the main chapter that the elder was highlighting. So, I'm doing my reading today, and what do I happen to the Spirit of the Lord? What ends up popping up for me to read today? Deuteronomy chapter 19. Hey, look, we don't make this up, man. I couldn't make this up if I wanted to. This is purely, this is purely the Spirit, man. This is absolutely. This show is being ran by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Everything plays out the way that it was predestined to from the beginning of time. And whenever this happens, whenever I'll be something will go on in the world, and then I'll go and read a scripture, and it will literally be based off of something that just happened or something that just happened in a video. You got to understand, the Lord, I could have been reading Psalms. I could have been reading Revelation. I could have been reading Jeremiah. But the Lord had me read this today, all right, after I watched that video. All right, so now this is Deuteronomy 19 and verse 16. All right, so keep in mind, in that Susanna 1 and 62, it said, they did in such sort was as told in the law of Moses. All right, so now what is it talking about? Deuteronomy 19 and 16. If a false witness rise up against any man to testify against him that is that which is wrong, then both the men between whom the controversy is shall stand before the Lord, before the priests and the judges, which shall be in those days, and the judges shall make diligent inquisition, and behold, if the witness be a false witness and have testified falsely against his brother, then shall ye do unto him as he had thought to have done unto his brother. So shalt thou put the evil away from among you. So according to the law, if you get somebody lying on somebody and they like, oh, put him to death, and it gets found out that that person is lying, then the person who was lying, their judgment is to be put to death. All right. And the point of this video being, Esau, Edom, we're gonna recompense you the way that you did us. All right. According to and is not Jacob and Esau, were they not brothers? All right. Everything that these devils have done to us, everything that they've lied on us about, everything that they've painted a picture of in wickedness, the Heavenly Father is going to flip it on to them. And that is the main point of this video. We're going to return to sender, all right, as is the name of this special ability of these pictures that I'm going to have up. All right, in the video game, you might have an enemy who's unloading on you. You know, he got a Tommy gun because it was based in the late 1800s and early 1900s. You might have an enemy, he unloading on you with the Tommy, he didn't let off 30 rounds on you. When you slap on this ability, you could catch the bullets out of midair, power up, and launch them back at him, and the dude would be nothing but giblets. He'd turn the pink mist when you launch it back off at him, and that's what's going to happen to Esau, Edom. All right, and you know what's so funny when you're actually reading this Deuteronomy 19 and 16 on down in the 1611 King James Bible, on the side where the tabs are at, it'll give the precept, and it'll say Daniel 13 and 62, showing you that the book of Susanna is actually canon and goes with the book of Daniel. It on the side tab, it gives it it says Daniel 13 and 62, and I'm gonna have to show that. I'm gonna take a picture of it, and I'm gonna put that into the video. All right, but hey, you devils, everything that you've testified against us, the Israelites, falsely about, we're gonna bring to you. All right, let me get this. Let me get this real quick, and that's the that's the end all be all. You know, Esau, Edom, they've been lying on us. They've been stealing from us. They've been beating us. And here it is. They point the finger at us. All right, but the tables are about to be turned. Revelation chapter 12. Let me see. Yep, Revelation chapter 12. I'm going to start at verse 9. It says, and the great dragon, Esau, Edom, all right, Rome in the ancient world, back today as America, was cast out. That old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. Who deceives the whole world? Esau, Edom. Who's the false witness? Esau, Edom. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. All right, this is dealing with the end of the world scenario in which all of his military gets destroyed, all of his weaponry, you know, by Yahushai, the elect, and the angels. All right, verse 10. Now I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our power, and the power of his Hamashiach. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. All right, an accuser, it is synonymous with a false witness. Somebody that is accusing you of something that you didn't do is called a false witness, which according to Israelite law, the same way that they falsely accused us, they had to punish us. I mean, you had to punish them. All right. So what do they call us? They want to say that we're abusive, vile, all this and all that. Hey, if that's what we are, then that's what they're going to get in the kingdom. Every way that Esau has destroyed us in this world, he's going to get back. All right. All them curses in Deuteronomy 28. He wanted to separate our household. We're going to separate his household. All right. He wanted to put the children against the parents, the man against the woman. We're going to do the same to him. He put us in a situation to where we're in need and want of all things. He's going to be put into that. He hung us and lynched us. They're going to be hung and lynched. All right. Verse 11. It says, that's good. Yeah, mainly verse 10. All right. Our accuser, our false witness, is going to eat his very words that he launched at us. We going to return it to sender. All the hell he brought to us, we're going to bring it back to him. And not only are we going to bring it back to him times 1, but we're going to do it times what? Revelation 13 and let me get this real quick. Revelation 13 and 9. It says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and faith of the saints. So they killed us with the sword. All right. They butchered us. They put us into captivity. So what are we going to do unto them? Kind of like Revelation 18 and 6 now. Yep. Matter of fact, when we start up at I'm gonna start at verse 2, just so we know who we're talking about, who's gonna receive this. Revelation 18 and 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. And we know this is talking about modern day Babylon, not the ancient world. All right. This is and who is the daughter of Babylon today? Esau, Edom. All right. So jumping down to verse I'll just keep reading. Verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. So Esau, Edom has manipulated everyone in this world. All right. Hey, so according to that law in Deuteronomy, he's going to be manipulated. He put a veil over everyone's minds and made everyone think that he's a god. So the tables are going to be turned. He's going to be the one put down at the bottom, treated like duty. All right. In the kingdom. It says, and the merchants of the earth have waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. So Esau has all these delicacies today. In the kingdom, they'll be stripped of them, the same way that they stripped us. Verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. All right, dealing with the elect going up. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High Power hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you. Like that law says in Deuteronomy, the same thing they had planned for us, we got for them, coming back to them. And not only that, not only times one, but times what? And double unto her, double according to her works, in the cup which she hath filled, filled to her double. So we're gonna double cup them. All right, like Jake said, I'm double cupping. You know, they drinking alcohol or lean or some shit. Hey, we're gonna double cup Esau. Everything they gave to us, we're gonna return it right back into. We're gonna stuff it back in their daggone chests. They made slaves out of us. We making slaves out of them. They had us in slavery for daggone 500 years. We gonna have them for 1,000. All right, and you know what? Esau, Edom, he tried to exterminate us as a nation. So what are we actually going to do to him? We quite literally are going to exterminate his nation. Like it tells you, there shall not be, there shall not be left uncle or nephew. Matter of fact, let me get that. I believe that's Isaiah 14. Let me see. I believe that is Isaiah 14. Hey, everything that these devils imagined against us, we're going to do to them twice more. The same way that you would do a false accuser. If somebody falsely accused you, oh man, he took $100,000 from me, man. What, according to that law, what would that person have to do if it came out that that person was falsely accusing you? They got to come out 100 G's for you. All right, and that's what's about to happen to Esau. He's gonna come out of everything that he lied and slandered us about. He makes us look like absolute demons in the eyes of all these nations. So what's gonna happen to him? He's going to be made to look like absolute demons in the eyes of all these nations. He's gonna be the bottom nation in the kingdom of heaven, the same way that we're the bottom nation. He put us low. We're going to put him low. That being the whole point of this video, and it was all set up through the Spirit. All right, because the elder Malcolm, he was dealing with the wicked in general that receive payback for what they do. But I'm specifically talking about Esau. You know, that's who came to my mind. The same way that they got us, Esau making us work 40, 50, 60, 70 hours. They're going to work, what was it? I believe, I did a video recently. I think, 144 hours out of the week. When you take, so it's like what is it? 24 hours to the day, and the only 24 hours they can't work is on the Sabbath. That math actually comes out to let me double check it real quick. Yep. Hey, and it's perfect the way that the Lord set it up. We're going to take, I got this little calculator right here. Y'all can't see it. We're going to do 24 times 7. Yep, 24 times 7 equals 168. So we're going to take off the 24 hours for that Sabbath. And what number do you get? 144. All right, perfect, pure perfection. So we're going to have these devils working to the bones fall off their hands. Why? Because we're going to reward them as they did us. All right, taking it back to this Isaiah 14 and 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and the remnant and son and nephew, saith the Lord. All right, so here soon they're going to be cut off. All right, just like how they got rid of our registry, how they like it tells you in certain of the major prophets, it tells you that they had dug up the bones of our kings to dry out in the sun. All right, how they killed all of our youngins. You read in the book of Maccabees, the heathen stayed killing our wives and children whenever they had the opportunity. All these same things are going to come back unto them. All right, Khan. So I'll just get one more. You know, a little nothing too major, but just stamping the seal on it. This is going to be, you know, hey, Esau, if he was smart, you know, he'll try to he'll try to get out of here. You know, he'll probably if he was smart, Esau, Edom, they would try to not only take their lives, but somehow expunge their soul from existence, which isn't possible. But that's you know, if they wanted to try to escape the judgment to come, that'd be their best bet. But, you know, we know it's not going to happen. Hey, everything that they did to us, you got to think, you know, the pictures of us being lynched, whipped, beaten. Northern Kingdom over here getting their noses and fingers and extremities chopped off if they weren't meeting the gold quota. All right. Gad and Reuben getting completely decimated. All these things that they've done to us is going to be done unto them. All right. Does not the scriptures say that they are the accuser of our brethren? They're going to be the ones cast down. All right. What does it say in Psalms 50? I should have grabbed that. Thou slanderest thine own mother's son. To be a false witness, you're slandering somebody. And does not Esau, Edom slander the nation of Israel to this day? Does not the kingdom of heaven suffer violence by the violent, which is Esau, Edom? All right, 2 Thessalonians chapter 1 and verse 6. And not only, all these heathen nations that are in league with them, they're going to get their heads beat in as well. All right, I'm not excluding them assholes neither. All right, so 2 Thessalonians chapter 1 verse 6. It says, seeing it is a righteous thing with the most high power to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. All right, so it's a righteous thing, and it's going to be brought back onto the head of Esau. Esau's throwing all this at us, thinking he's going to get away with it, and it's going to come upon his head. And matter of fact, let me get this actually to end it off, to show you a real life example of a devil plotting to do wickedness and it coming back on his own head. Perfect. Now this is, let's see. This is Esther, because you had Haman. You had Haman, the hater, all right, which was an Amalekite who was about to have Mordecai killed by hanging. He had built, let me see. He had built some gallows, which is basically an instrument to hang you, for an Israelite to be killed upon. And what ended up coming back to him? And not only him, but actually his sons, it tells you. If I remember correctly, in the Apocrypha. All right, Esther chapter 7, verse 9. And Harbona, one of the chamberlains, said before the king, behold also the gallows 50 cubits high, which Haman made for Mordecai, who had spoken good for the king, standeth in the house of Haman, the hater. All right. Then the king said, hang him thereon. So they hanged Haman on the gallows that he had prepared for Mordecai. Then was the king's wrath pacified. So the very same thing that these devils want to do to us, they want to, that Georgia Guidestone crap, they want to knock down the world's population. Hey, well, guess what? they're gonna be cold. Cold as in Culled. Esau Edom's population is gonna be knocked down and diminished. All right, hey, they wanted to get rid of us. We're gonna get rid of them. Yeah, Khan, just to prove it. Additions to Esther 16 and 18. It says, "For he that was the worker of these things," talking about Haman, "is hanged at the gates of Susa with all his family. The Most High Power, who ruleth all things, speedily rendering vengeance to him according to his deserts." So not only he, but his whole family got hung in the very fashion he had established for Mordecai, which is going to happen to these devils today. Every fault that they put at us, everything and every way they broke us down in, we're going to break them down in the same and twice more so. All right, so with that, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ruchakorash, the honors to the elders and apostles here at Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim. Walk, walking, and teaching the truth and sincerity. With that, I'm going to say Shalom.